Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone, and you're listening to Kiss Sports here on DeepLMRadio.com. I'm your host, Brandy Ureta.
I'm John.
How are you doing, bro?
Doing all right.
Good, good. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mommy, we love you.
Yeah.
She always gave us all the sports stuff we ever needed.
Yeah, true.
Put sports in our lives, you know. So we're thankful for that. Get to go to games, take us to... The only thing is, she'd always rather us go to a game
than her. She'd rather us get to eat at the game
than have to buy her a ticket at the game.
That's
so
exactly right.
So thanks, Mom. She actually, was it last year or 2 years ago? She went to her first it was last year.
First LSU game.
Yeah, she went to her first LSU game with us at Cowboy Stadium against TCU, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
We had such a good time. Got her LSU clothes. She loves crazy hats, so she got her
weird little hair hat thing.
Hair hat looks like Guy
Fieri.
Yeah. So, everybody. Yeah, John. If you're watching this on YouTube, you couldn't see me for like 5 minutes because his arm's in the way.
No, it wasn't my arm. It was
oh. Yeah. So. Yeah, whatever.
How did you do that?
So, happy Mother's Day. Happy to all the moms out there.
Yay.
So the draft
was
Thursday.
It was worth it. The first 3 rounds were good.
Well, I only got a chance to watch the first round, but I was thoroughly entertained.
Oh.
From actually even the pre-show on I was watching the NFL Network, which I learned I didn't like NFL Network.
NFL Network is horrible.
Very much.
I don't like Mike Mayock.
The only person I like is Michael Irvin and like Dion. But that's just because I like them.
I swear to God, all draft experts are the same. They're all the biggest. Even in the 6th round, they say, I really like this kid. He's an impact player. Like, shut the hell up. That is not the case.
Yeah.
If he was an impact player, he'd have been drafted already.
Well, he was an impact player on his team.
Yeah, he was an impact player on his team in a crappy little conference in the Midwest or something. Mm-hmm. It's like, I just don't get it. It's like, he's not an impact player. He just say he could be a good role player maybe one of these days.
Right.
Don't say he's going to be a top 5 defensive player or some crap.
Right.
That ain't going to happen.
Mel Kiper went this is his 31st year not taking a bathroom break during the draft.
Yeah, he sits there for all 4 hours every single time. Him and his slick back hair.
I was thoroughly, though, impressed with the first round. Number 1, Jadeveon Clowney. Defensive end out of South Carolina, went to the Houston Texans. Interesting, to say the least, because people didn't know. Well, yeah, you did call it, but it was, up in the air until,
I knew for damn sure Johnny Football wasn't going to be taken.
Not first.
But I don't if he would have fallen back, the Texans would have drafted him. I don't know why the Texans didn't try to move up and just try to get him at the end of the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have... But, I mean, they got the Raiders got Derek Carr. Who did... Did Texans even end up drafting a quarterback?
I haven't looked.
I know Derek Carr went to the Raiders. Bridgewater went to the Vikings. Mettenberger went to...
Bridgewater, the Vikings moved up back into the first round to get him.
Which I don't get. I don't understand why.
I don't think any of those other teams would have drafted him anyways.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Not the Seahawks. Not the Broncos.
No. They could have waited until the Texans pick. Could have just wait till the 2nd round. Because anytime you move up a round, usually you have to give up quite a bit of stuff.
So, yeah, it was crazy. Robinson, offensive tackle from Auburn, went 2nd to the Rams.
Greg Robinson, yeah.
Greg Robinson.
I think, well, besides the last pick, I think the Rams probably had the best draft out of any team. Was
he their last pick? No.
Yeah. He was their last pick.
Michael Sam?
And Michael Sam was the last pick.
Well, they did it. They made it. They took that step into history. It's over, though. You're a football player. You're playing in the NFL. Go do work. Go make the team. Michael Sam.
Good luck.
That's all we're going to say about that.
Still think Anthony Johnson and Craig Lawson were better than you and should have gotten drafted, but whatever.
Yeah. But so yeah, the Rams they had a very successful draft.
I mean they got the guy the guy I thought the Cowboys should have moved up to get. I thought the Cowboys should have moved up to get Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
That dude, he's badass.
Well, the Cowboys in their first pick of the NFL draft.
The Cowboys just had a mediocre
Let me
draft.
say
Just
what
mediocre.
this was. The hype behind Manziel going to the Cowboys, which I did not understand. But let me put it this way. Cowboy fans, y'all are a bunch of psychotic bipolar fans. Because everybody was like, we want Manziel, blah, blah, blah.
Why?
But I thought y'all were Romo. Y'all have 5 quarterbacks. That would have made 5 quarterbacks.
That means you'd have to cut 3.
3.
Or
why even sign them to deals?
So that means they'd have had 5 or 6.
It would have been 5.
It would have been 5.
With
so
Caleb and
they would have had at least cut 2. They'd have had 1 backup and then 1 practice
and they
player.
weren't gonna cut Orton because he's still under a big contract.
And probably Whedon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand.
So the whole
why even make the trade that was the biggest move of the Cowboys offseason so far was signing Brandon Whedon to free up cap space. So then signing Johnny Football would completely
add to that. So
would have made it pointless.
Bounce back. So yeah, there was so much hype though about the Cowboys. Jerry wants to put buttons in the seats. You're gonna put buttons in the seats.
It's the Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys.
They sell out every game no matter who the hell's on that team. You could have had
I could have played.
Yawin Smallwood from the guy the Falcons picked.
Yeah.
You could have picked him.
Smallwood.
And the Cowboys still could have put
when I wrote that down today, I was like Smallwood. But yeah, the Cowboys with their first pick, they drafted Zach Martin, an offensive tackle from Notre Dame.
It was a good pick, but I didn't really understand it because the line was solid last year. The line was completely solid. They needed to go defense. I thought they should have gone defense the whole damn draft. Well,
they ended up with an two outside linebackers, an inside linebacker, a defensive tackle, a cornerback, a safety, and a wide receiver.
For that DeMarcus Lawrence that they got in the second round, they moved up 12 spots to get him. Mm-hmm. And they moved up 12 spots to get him, lost their 3rd round pick for him. It's
they drafted a wide receiver out of Pitt, Devin Street.
Yeah. But yeah, you see it. But
I was thinking they were going to go for a couple of wide receivers because isn't Dez and
Terrence Williams? That's the.
But isn't Terrence new though?
Terrence Williams good. Terrence Williams was a rookie last year, but they needed a 3rd receiver. But you got Cole Beasley, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
The offense wasn't the issue. The offense wasn't 31st in the league.
So you would have taken. You should have taken a higher. I would
have gone all defense for the first 3 rounds and then try to plug in. I mean, the Devin Street wide receiver pick, that's not bad because you got him in the 5th round. Mm-hmm. So I mean, if he blows up for you, that's good. Or great. But if he doesn't do anything, you don't lose nothing. You just lose. You got a 5th round pick.
Right. Well, as I said, all these people were hyped up, the Cowboy fans, we want Johnny Football, blah, blah, blah. And when they passed on it, people were mad. But I was like, aren't you the ones that say, Romo's the greatest? Now, I understand.
Johnny Football is a young Romo. That's all he is. He's the same guy.
And
he's the guy that gets the lucky bounce to heave the ball down the field and the wide receiver makes the play.
I was going to say, I would understand if they didn't have those other 4 backups drafting him. I could have understood that in a way.
No.
To have a good backup.
If you have Romo, Romo is going to still be solid enough through Johnny Football's first 5 years.
Unless his back messes
the Cowboys
up.
they'll be fine. Unless his back completely snaps in half, which probably ain't going to happen. The line kept him off the turf last year, so.
Speaking of Mr. Football, Johnny Football went
number
to
22.
Number 22. He didn't make, the first top 20. He was sitting there you could see it in his face
oh, F.
Am I going to get drafted in the 1st round? Am I going to have to be sitting here tomorrow?
There was people getting drafted in the 3rd round
that were
sitting
invited?
in the green room. Yep.
What? Well, there were people in that 30 that I had no idea who they were. They shouldn't have invited them.
And think, you invited 35 people to the thing, but you knew that it weren't going to be first-round picks, so why even invite them? You might as well just invite everybody.
Well, as this, Manziel, he went number 22 to the Cleveland Browns.
Which could be a bad omen.
Cleveland sold 1,000 season tickets within an hour of drafting Johnny Football. That's a hell of a thing. The next day, LeBron James is on an airplane with a Manziel Browns jersey on. The next day, and they were like, people are asking, well, how did you get that, Manziel? He goes, I'm like Nike's king right now.
They'll do anything.
That's what he said. I was
they will lick my toes.
But he was like, I have a great relationship with Nike, and they take care of me. He probably didn't even have to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm sure LeBron James would have had to pay for anything sports related ever in his life again.
Right. So he was like rocking around with his Manziel jersey on. It's, as I said, Manziel's the hottest thing in Cleveland since LeBron. I
thought Betty White was the hot thing.
Well, she's hot in Cleveland, but oh, good one.
Hey.
But I'm looking forward to. Oh, and the thing is,
we'll find out if he can really play because he's gonna be
running for his life. That's what John said on Facebook that day.
He's gonna be. Good thing he can run because he's gonna be running for his life. But this is gonna prove if he can make it. Because, if you stuck him with the Patriots or something, he's going to be able to do he's going to be fine because it's not like Andrew Luck. Johnny Football's not an Andrew Luck. That's why he didn't go top 10. I didn't think he was going to get past the Vikings at 10, and he blew past the Vikings 12 picks later.
Yeah, and they ended up with Bridgewater.
I don't even understand why Cleveland needed, because they moved back, they were like 26. And they moved up 4 spots again to get him. So I don't really get. Well, because there was nobody that was going to draft him. I thought Arizona should have taken him.
That would have been fun.
That would have been a good.
But what was I going to say? Oh, he went there. He gets drafted. The next day, they find out their star wide receiver, who had 8 touchdowns,
Josh
80
Gordon,
catches last season,
1,600 yards,
like beast. Is potentially could be suspended all season long for failed drug tests again.
He's a dumbass. Josh Gordon, he's badass, but a big dumbass.
But all those catches, all those yards came in 14 games because he was suspended 2 of those games last year for the same reason.
I had to wait 3 games to even use him. I don't know. I had to wait 3 games to even use him in fantasy last year.
But he. Tyron came out on Twitter and everything, was like, I understand, I went through my problem. He's like, you just have to get over that hump, and if you're going to be successful.
Tyron was in college.
Yeah.
He's getting paid now.
Right.
And he's still making these dumbass choices. That just proves my theory about the NFL.
Well, my Falcons, I'm very proud of how we drafted. I think we did really well.
I thought y'all did a good job,
we hit the things that we needed. Jake Matthews.
Y'all needed a lineman.
Offensive tackle out of Texas A&M. We picked with our number 6 spot. I was reading rumors that we had tried to move up into like number 3, number 4, but then once Robinson went, we were trying to get Mac.
Yeah, y'all were trying
and nobody would take our deals, so we just.
I think Mac ended up going number 4 to the Raiders or something. So he went like just a couple picks.
The one in front of us.
Yeah, because I remember texting Chelsea. I was like, Chelsea texted me, well, who do you think the Falcons are gonna pick?
Yeah,
I was like, they wanted Mac. But they wanted the guy that just got picked ahead of him.
I was talking to you. I was like, I want Mac, and then bam, Mac went away.
Mac's gone.
But I'm very excited about Jake Matthews. He is
second best lineman in the draft, but he was considered the best lineman not 3 months ago. So I don't know.
We'll see. He's football. They call Johnny Football Johnny Football. This guy is football. He is blood football. He is the 6th member of his family to be drafted into the NFL, and he'll be the 7th to play. Yeah. Once he plays, he'll be the 7th.
Isn't his cousin Clay Matthews?
His cousin is Clay Matthews, John. How many people? I love Clay Matthews.
Long-haired freak, but he's badass.
I love when he does his post thing. But his dad was Bruce, and played for he was drafted by the Oilers in 1978, and he is a Hall of Fame player. He's in the Hall of Fame back in 2007.
His uncle was part of the Road Warriors back in the day on WWF.
Really? Yeah. His uncle was a wrestler?
Well, Clay Matthews. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Laurinaitis.
Oh,
wrong team.
Wrong person.
But I think someone was a wrestler or something. I might be confused.
Not only was he the 6th member to be drafted, his cousin became the 7th member of the family to be drafted with the 52nd pick by the Cardinals. Troy Nicholas is his cousin. So that family is just football all around. Yeah. It's
like the Colquitts.
And listen,
except they're all punters. 4
of them were first-round picks.
Yeah.
But he's the highest of all the picks of all the family. So I'm really excited. As I said, Hall of Fame blood is in his veins. So hopefully he'll be doing some nice blocking for my boy, Matty Ice.
Yeah.
We did draft a running back, Devonta Freeman, out of Florida State. I was talking to my friend because I go for him for Florida State advice because he's a big
Seminole
fan. So shout out to Smoke. He says he's explosive. He'll be Smoke, my friend Smoke, Brandon. They said he told me he's very explosive and he'll be a good third down back.
He seems like a little guy though.
Yeah,
that's the bad thing.
So
you got another Jacquizz Rodgers.
Well, we have Jacquizz, we have Steven Jackson. And then we'll have him. So I'm looking forward to it. But
y'all should have taken.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Hill.
Yep.
Yeah, we should have taken Jeremy Hill. We'll get into our LSU players here in just a minute. But yeah, we drafted a few outside linebackers, an inside linebacker, a safety, and a defensive tackle.
And then you got Prince Shimbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
from Notre Dame.
Of the names I know.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The Broncos did pretty well.
Yeah, I think they made some decent strides to go into.
Latimer from Anna,
the wide receiver. Yeah, we got. Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
I thought we should have gone defense and then picked up like a Jarvis Landry even later.
Right, Landry went to the Dolphins.
I mean, Landry he fell off.
Well, that was after that combine.
That combine was just a horrible combine, but. He didn't even go until late 3rd.
Yeah, so.
But then that's when LSU players just started coming off the board within that 3rd round.
Y'all did a defensive tackle, a couple outside linebackers. There's one guy that doesn't even have have a position.
What's his name? Paradiso?
Paradis. They didn't have his first name. This was a weird website that I ended up at.
Oh.
But he didn't even have a position. But so the team with the most players drafted in this year's NFL draft.
2014 NFL draft.
The LSU Tigers. We had 9 players go.
And that's with 2 of them that I should have thought to have been drafted in the first 5 rounds.
Yes. Anthony Johnson and Craig Lawson both went undrafted, but they have been picked up with free agency. From Miami. Anthony Johnson went to Miami, and Lawson's in Jacksonville. But no, as I said, we had 9 players that were drafted. Very proud of my boys. Odell Beckham Jr. is joining Ruben, Randall, and Trendon.
Oh, Trendon signed with the
Giants. So he's joining them in New York to play with the New York Giants. I'm looking forward to it.
I think he's the highest wide receiver ever drafted at LSU.
Oh, he is.
12th.
Yeah, highest drafted wide receiver in school history.
12th overall. I knew he was going to go high. I didn't know he was going to go that high.
I'm really proud. And it's so funny. I told you this. They brought in all the guys for a pre-draft picture with Goodell. Mm-hmm. And so since Beckham's name is Beckham, he was the first person. So they had him on this top row. And then they have somebody like Jake Matthews, right in front, 6'6". Yeah, right in front of him. I mean, they're staggered, but even being staggered, he was
it doesn't matter.
It was just Beckham's eyes sticking up over everything. But I'm very proud of our LSU boys. Ego Ferguson went in the 2nd round to the Bears. Jeremy Hill to the Cincinnati Bengals. He went in the 2nd round. Jarvis went in the 2nd round.
Oh, he went in
number 63.
Oh.
Jarvis Landry went number 63 to the Dolphins. Trey Turner went to the Panthers in the 3rd. Barrow is who the Broncos picked up. They call him versatile. All this stuff.
Yeah,
so
he's a linebacker. He's solid though.
Yeah. Zach Mettenberger, finally. God, we waited for him forever.
Off the board.
6th round, number 178 to the Tennessee Titans. Looking forward to that.
He even went after the McCarron.
Yeah. McCarron. We'll talk about that here in a second. And Alfred Blue. Finally, he came out. I
didn't know he was going to get drafted. I would have picked him not to get drafted over the other two guys.
Yes, he went to...
He barely even got to play.
Drafted to the Texans, and James Wright, wide receiver to the Bengals.
That name.
I have no idea who that is.
I had to Google him. I'm like...
are they messed up?
I was like, LSU. I was like, is there another LSU somewhere? No, there's not another LSU anywhere.
It's us.
James Wright from the wide receiver. I looked up his stats from the last game. Yeah, he didn't even have any. But somehow he got drafted. So that just proves you don't have to play in college to get drafted.
Yeah, but congratulations.
Yeah.
We're really proud of you, boys. So, with us being the numero uno in draft people, Texas had 0. UT, the University of...
From first to worst.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you see what we're doing. Throwing them horns down.
Yup.
So it's their first time in draft history that Texas hadn't
I just kept looking
anybody.
at the bottom and I'm like, usually there's at least one somewhere just pop up randomly over here. There ain't one player that popped up on the whole draft board. How do you not have one player?
Mm-mm.
I mean, they were bad this year. But damn.
Well, right. Kansas and
somebody from Midwest.
Oh, there were some crazy
Louisiana
schools in there.
North School, High School is going to get drafted, but you can't get a Texas. I don't know, just a random ass school or somewhere, and you can't get someone drafted from the University of Texas.
Yeah.
That just shows how crappy your program has become.
Oh, it was. Hopefully, it's going to be turned around with the new coach.
Well, let's see Charlie Strong, what he's going to do.
Kansas, Northwestern, and UT are the only schools from major conferences to go with undrafted. Kansas as well.
Kansas, Northwestern, and UT?
Mm-hmm. They all didn't have. But yeah, as I said, it's the first time.
Wait, I just realized that the guy from Northern Illinois, did he get drafted? Jordan Lynch?
I don't know.
Dang.
Why?
Talk while I'm Googling it.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy that they were talking about, because he was another Tim Tebow. They didn't know if he should switch to tailback or...
Oh, yeah. Well, A.J. McCarron, we were talking about that. Bama drafted 8 players, so they were second behind us. Florida State 7, Ohio State 6, Stanford 6, Clemson, Wisconsin, Baylor, UCLA all had 5. A.J. McCarron, he stuck around for a long, long time as well.
He didn't even get drafted. He got signed as a free agent.
But the Bengals decided to go with McCarron, and there was something, I was telling you about this earlier. There's something that these Bengals fans are doing called Whodey. WHODEY. Now, I've never heard, I don't hang around Bengals people. I don't know many Bengals fans. No. So I don't know if this is something that
I remember going to Sports City, there was one.
Yeah, well.
Literally one sitting at the bar.
And that's what, but I was like sitting there like, Whodey? Like, I mean, maybe that's something that they've had going on for forever. But that sounds way too similar to Who Dat for them Saints.
Yeah, Whodey Nation.
And even though
that sounds like a southern thing. Who says that in the north?
Whodey! And that sounds dumb. Whodey. That sounds
Hodor. If you watch Game of Thrones, Hodor.
So, it was just kind of weird. But yeah, McCarron went to the Bengals. Clinton Dix. With his red suit, like, he looked...
He was wearing crimson.
Sharp. Yeah, he did. He looked sharp. If they kept saying he looked like a maitre d'. Yeah, he did. But he looked
or a
sharp.
valet, one of the two.
Yeah. But he came out in his red Dix. He came out with his red jacket on, and he's going to the Packers. I wanted to say another thing about Johnny Football. Did you see the room explode when he walked out on that stage and threw up the money symbol? He was like, ah!
Now I'm getting paid that 20-second pig money.
Ayo, he don't need no money.
No, it's family. His parents probably gave him more than
allowance. It was really
in the NFL.
I did enjoy though. Before the draft, all the guys came out with their moms. Like before the show, they walked the red carpet and did all the. You know, Odell's mom is hot.
I didn't see.
Oh, she's gorgeous. She ran track at LSU. Mm-hmm. His dad was like a big football player at LSU, but she is hot. A lot of them, even freaking Manziel's mom, she's real cute with her blonde hair and everything like that. So the first quarterback, Bortles. Went to...
That was so funny. He was the number 3 overall pick, and people were talking about the 22nd pick 100 times more. They didn't mention Bortles' name after he was picked.
No.
They were looking, all right, Bortles been picked. Now where's Johnny Football going to go?
Oh, yeah, he went to Jacksonville.
Yeah, he went number 3 overall. And
it's really funny, though. I get a kick out of when John Gruden is on a player. He loves this player. He talks about this player. And they just keep sitting there. He's like, I'm going to still talk about Johnny Football. He should go to this team.
Oh, were you watching it on NFL Network?
On
ESPN?
Yeah, he was like, they got Cam Newton, but man, they should probably draft Johnny Football. I'm going to keep this. No, it was just kind of like that.
Yeah.
He did the same thing with Tyron last year. He was all over Tyron. Finally, somebody took a chance on him. Let's hit NBA for a second. We talked a long time about the NFL draft, but we are still in the playoffs right now. In the NBA?
We haven't. I haven't watched any. I watched a little bit of the Clippers game the other night. And
last week when
the first round series were way better than this.
Oh yes. Well, last week when we were done with the show, the Dallas Mavericks were playing their Game 7 against the San Antonio Spurs. I was at a bar.
Anticlimactic.
I was at a bar meeting a friend, and we went to watch it or whatever. And I'm sitting there, and I look up. I'm like, they're down by like 15,
25 points
right now. And I never saw them anywhere close. I don't think they lost 119 to 96.
Yeah, it was horrible. I turned it off at halftime.
Went back to Game of Thrones?
Yes.
No, Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that was my Star Wars marathon. Yes.
But
yes,
I was just sitting there, I was like, oh my goodness. Sorry. Sorry.
I was expecting. Dirk had been undefeated in Game 7s, but I mean, it was his first Game 7 in like 7 or 8 years. So.
Okay, so right now we have the Miami Heat and the New Jersey the Brooklyn Nets. Golly, I went to New Jersey on myself. The Brooklyn Nets, the Heat lead the series 2-1. But the thing is, Game 1, they won 107-86 and snapped Brooklyn's 4-game...
They swept the series again.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was kind of impressive. San Antonio's just kind of rolling all over Portland right now.
Yeah, they've won by an average of like 18 points, or if not more.
Yeah, they won yesterday 118 to 103, and they're leading 3-0 right now. Bless you.
No, thank you.
And then OKC and LA. OKC is leading the series 2-1, but LA came out and fired in game 1.
They murdered them the first game. Won by
122 to 105.
Yeah, won by 17 in the last 2 games. Well, the first game they were just hitting threes and stuff the whole time. So, yeah, they're gonna fall off a little bit, but I think they'll come back. It's probably gonna go 7 games again.
Yeah, I hope so. And
Oklahoma City's gonna get worked. Whoever's probably gonna get worked in against the Spurs again, though.
And their star player.
But it's crazy. The Mavericks are gonna give the Spurs the toughest challenge that they're gonna get all the playoffs probably. I think even with the way Miami's playing right now, the Spurs would run through them.
That's what I said that last night. I was like, if it comes, I kind of look at it going Miami Spurs.
Damn, I hate the Spurs. And they're going to just keep doing what they always do.
But as I told you last night, I was like, I kind of see it going back Miami, San Antonio again.
But then I think since Spurs got home, well, no, they had it last year too.
Yeah, I think
it's going to be a different story this year.
Kevin Durant was named MVP, by the way. Pacers, Washington, boring. That is so boring. The Pacers and the...
Yeah. Wizards.
Yes, it's not... Pacers are leading 2-1. But... It is what it is.
Yeah, next week we'll get back to baseball since there's no more football for a while. We can talk baseball finally.
Baseball. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll be able to talk. Poor, what's his name, lost a no-hitter in the last inning.
Second time. But at least he did it against the Red Sox, not against the Astros. So it would have been like a legit.
Yu Darvish.
It would have been a legit no-hitter.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to all the mothers for being awesome. Thank you to ours for being the greatest in the world because we We argue about nothing. We laugh about everything. And we're always getting into something. Thanks, Mom. We love you.
Love you.
Have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Less stress.
Love your mom.
Bye, guys. Thank you for listening to KISS Sports here on DeepLMradio.com.
See you later.
Bye-bye.